Welcome back to the Speak English Flow podcast, the place where your English flows naturally and confidently. I'm your host, Flowy, and today we have an exciting topic that everyone experiences almost every day: shopping. Shopping can be fun, but it can also feel tricky when you're using English. Don't worry, we're here to help. And joining me today is someone very special, Jennifer.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here. Shopping is one of my favorite things. Who doesn't love exploring stores, markets, or even online shops?
Exactly, Jennifer. Today we're going to help our listeners feel confident when shopping in English. We'll go over simple, natural phrases you can use in stores, supermarkets, and markets. You'll learn how to ask for prices, sizes, pay politely, and even share your opinions about products. And of course, we'll practice real conversation so you can start speaking naturally right away.
I love that. I remember the first time I had to ask for something in English while shopping abroad. I froze for a second, then just smiled and said, "Do you have this in a smaller size?" And the store assistant was so kind. They helped me right away. It's amazing how a simple phrase can open the door to a smooth shopping experience.
Absolutely. Let's start with something very common: asking for prices. When you see something you like, you can ask politely, "How much is this?" Or "What's the price of this?" Simple and clear. You can also say, "Could you tell me the price of this shirt, please?" Adding "please" makes your English sound polite and natural.
And don't forget your tone. Smile while asking, so it makes a huge difference. People respond better when you sound friendly. For example, you could say, "Hi, how much is this bag?" with a smile. That's all it takes.
Right. And sometimes you might want to ask if there's a discount or sale. You can say, "Is this on sale?" Or "Do you have any discounts?" If you want to be extra polite, you can add, "Could you tell me if this item is on sale?" Jennifer, do you ever look for sales when you shop?
Oh, always. I love finding a good deal. I remember once I saw a jacket I really liked, and I asked, "Is this on sale?" The assistant said yes, and I got it for half price. Learning how to ask for prices and discounts in English makes shopping so much easier.
Perfect. Now let's move on to asking for sizes or options. When you want clothes, shoes, or other items, you can ask, "Do you have this in a medium?" Or "Do you have this in red?" You can also ask, "Could I try this on?" if there's a fitting room.
Yes, trying things on is always exciting, and you can even add a friendly comment. "I love this dress. Do you have it in a smaller size?" It shows enthusiasm and helps the conversation flow naturally.
Exactly. You can also ask about availability. If an item is not on the shelf, say, "Do you have more of these in stock?" or "Will this be restocked soon?" These phrases are very practical for real shopping situations.
And sometimes it's fun to compare products. You might say, "Which one do you recommend?" Or, "What's the difference between these two?" Asking questions like this makes you sound confident, like a real shopper.
Right. Let's do a small example. Imagine we're at a clothing store. You see a jacket you like, and you want to know the price and if your size is available. You could say, "Hi, how much is this jacket? Do you have it in size medium?" The assistant replies, "It's $50, and yes, we have medium." You respond, "Great. Can I try it on, please?" See how simple and natural that is?
Absolutely. And if you love the jacket, you can add, "I really like this color. It looks perfect." It's always good to show excitement. It makes the conversation lively.
Now let's talk about shopping at supermarkets or markets. Here, you might need to ask for items like fruits, vegetables, or daily essentials. Common phrases include, "Where can I find the milk?" Or "Could you show me where the bread is?"
Yes, and sometimes you'll want to ask for specific quantities. For example, "Could I have 2 kilos of apples?" Or, "I'd like a dozen eggs, please." Using "could I have" or "I'd like" is polite and easy to remember.
Another useful phrase is asking about freshness. You can say, "Is this fresh?" Or "When were these picked?" This is especially helpful in markets or when buying fruits and vegetables. And
And don't forget to talk about preferences. If you like a particular kind of fruit, you can say, I prefer green apples over red ones. Or, I love fresh strawberries. Sharing small details makes your English more personal.
great point. Now let's cover paying and ordering. Once you're ready to buy, you can say, I'd like to pay with cash, or can I pay by card? If you're at a cafe or deli, you might say, I'd like a sandwich and a coffee, please. Adding please makes everything polite.
And sometimes you might need to ask for something extra. For example, could you make it a little less spicy, or can I have it without onions? These little phrases help you customize your order and feel comfortable.
Exactly. Another situation is asking about store policies. You can ask, do you accept returns? Or what is your return policy? These are very common questions when shopping, and now you'll sound natural asking them in English.
And while shopping, don't forget to compliment items or share your thoughts. You can say, this bag looks amazing, or I love these shoes. So comfortable. Small comments like this keep the conversation friendly and natural.
Absolutely. Now let's practice a mini dialogue for a market scenario. Imagine I'm the customer and Jennifer is the store assistant. Hi, could I have 3 tomatoes, please? Sure. Anything else? Yes, 2 cucumbers. Are these fresh? Yes, they were picked this morning. Great! Thank you so much, short, polite, and effective.
That's perfect. And if you want to ask about the price, just add, how much is this in total? Or, could you tell me the price for these? Very simple.
Now let's move to shopping for clothes at a store. You might want to ask for different sizes or colors. Do you have this in blue? Or could I try this in size medium? And if something doesn't fit, you can say, it's too small or it's too large. Polite ways to express this are, I think I need a bigger size, or could I try one size larger, please?
I love shopping for clothes because you can combine phrases naturally. You can ask about sizes, colors, materials, and even how to wash them. For example, is this cotton or polyester? Or can I machine wash this? All these small phrases help you sound confident.
Absolutely. Now, let's discuss shopping at a supermarket for daily items. You can ask, where can I find the detergent? Or which aisle has the pasta? This is very practical when shopping for groceries or household items.
And don't forget to ask for help if you can't find something. Excuse me, could you help me find the rice? Or, I'm looking for fresh bread. Can you show me where it is? People usually love helping, and these phrases make your English sound natural.
Next, let's practice paying at the cashier. You can say, I'd like to pay with my card, or could I have a receipt, please? If you need a bag, you can ask, could I get a bag, please? And if something is expensive, you can ask, is there a discount on this item?
And while paying, you can also practice small talk. How's your day going? Or busy today? These little conversations make your English feel more alive and social.
Perfect. Now let's cover some shopping vocabulary that will make your English sound more natural. Words like price tag, sale, discount, receipt, cashier, aisle, and checkout are very common. For example, you can say, I found a great dress on sale, or could you tell me which aisle the pasta is in?
And don't forget descriptive words for products. Fresh, ripe, soft, durable, lightweight, or colorful. For example, either these apples are fresh and juicy, or this backpack is durable and lightweight. Using adjectives makes your English vivid.
Great point, Jennifer. Now let's add some cultural tips. In some countries, bargaining is common at markets, but in most US stores, prices are fixed. You can politely ask, is this the final price? Or, could you give me a small discount? And always use a smile, and it's universal.
And when you leave the store, it's polite to say, thank you for your help, or have a great day. Small phrases like these show kindness and leave a good impression.
Absolutely. Now let's give our listeners a challenge. Think about your last shopping trip. Write 3 sentences in English describing it. You can use phrases like I bought, I asked for, or I paid with, then post them in the comments. Jennifer and I will read some in the next episode.
That's so fun. And don't worry if you make mistakes. Every attempt helps you improve. Think of shopping in English as practicing real life. The more you try, the more confident you become.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick review of the main phrases we learned today. Asking for prices. How much is this? Asking for sizes or options. Do you have this in medium? Paying, I'd like to pay with cash. Or, could I have a receipt, please? Complimenting or expressing opinions. This looks amazing, or I love this color.
And don't forget polite phrases like please, thank you, excuse me, and could you help me? They make your English sound friendly and natural.
Perfect. Shopping is one of those everyday situations where you can practice English naturally. With these phrases, you can feel confident in stores, supermarkets, and markets. And remember, small efforts every day lead to big improvements.
That's right. Speak English while shopping, try new phrases, smile, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Soon, talking in English while shopping will feel just as easy as paying for your favorite snack.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Jennifer.
Thank you, Flowy. I had so much fun, and I hope our listeners feel ready to shop in English with confidence.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Speak English Flow podcast. Remember to write your 3 shopping sentences in the comments, practice these phrases, and keep your English flowing naturally. Until next time, happy shopping and let your English flow.